Hey, hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus here again. I know this is probably peculiar. I'm looking all strange and everything, but I just had a moment and I wanted to share that moment with you. You know, there really is only one of two places that human beings can call eternity. There's one might be heaven and the other is hell. Now, if there is only heaven and hell, then you know we are not in heaven. So where does that leave us to be? It leaves us to be in hell. Now, we've been tricked to believe that if we go around and live in hell and don't rock the boat, that we'll get out of here and be rewarded. But that's not that's a tale. I want you to know that's a very good tale, and it has worked. But my purpose here in this is to share with you what was shared with me. I can see clear. Maybe it'll help you to see clear. But the thing of it is, if you're sitting there and you're going along with the things as they are, I just told you it was hell. Now, you say you're living in the greatest nation in the world. What does that mean? The greatest nation usually means, if you rock right down into the middle of it, it's the nation that's benefiting from screwing over all other nations, the boast. That is the way it has always been. The nation that, for however they set it up, however they structure, if you can get over on all other nations, and the poorest nations are the nations that had it done to them the worst. And that is it. Now, you can see, if you study history, how it rotates. It rotates around. But right now, in this century, it seems as if something is choking, like something's finna come to a head. But I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the truth of it is this, is God has nothing but time. Nothing but time. And when we are living in hell, we can never point a finger at anybody. I don't care what they are doing that is illegal or you dislike. Somewhere down the line, you're doing the same thing, and you have not been exonerated, and you're no better than anybody else. All of us are in the pit of hell. And the key of it, ladies and gentlemen, is to get out of hell. Now, everybody's been lied to and believed that all they got to do is hang tough, and they'll get out of here. But the truth of it is this. You came to hell. You gave up your life. You died to go to hell. Adam was told, the day you do this, you're going to die. But he wanted to find out what it was all about, I guess. That's what we think. Anyway, he died to go to hell. Now, if you think heaven is so great, and you're going to get back to heaven doing any less than what you did to get to hell, no, my friend, don't you let nobody trick you like that. The truth of the matter is, if you're going to get back to heaven, you're going to die to get there. Now, what does that mean? That means you will not be walking around here satisfied in your predicament. You will not be walking around here thinking you okay. If you're the richest nation, you're not going to be walking around here satisfied with that until you see that poorest nation change. If you've got something going for you as an individual or a family, you're not going to be satisfied until all of the families got something going for them. That's what you're going to do, because that's the stuff that you will stand up for. That is the stuff that you will be committed to. That is the stuff that represents God Almighty, and you will be willing to die than to give in and let somebody mess over you for somebody else. Listen, what it basically means is this. You think heavenly or you think hellishly. If you find any way to be satisfied here, no, it's not a condemnation if you do. This stuff takes time for some people. I don't know how many turns I've been through this thing. I know one thing, there's only heaven and hell, and I'm not in heaven. And I probably, if I've lived before, have died. I'm going to die this time, I know for a fact, whether I do it heavenly, divinely, or whether I just physically, maturely give out. The bottom line is I ain't getting into no heaven until I'm qualified to get into heaven. And you are not either. This is what I want you to know. When you look around you and you think about how God prepared the stuff, you see, you got to know God. You got to have the Spirit of God. You got to know what it means to have the responsibility and the power. And you set it all out there. And you want to be so fantastic, you give them the choice. You choose. You choose. And you choose hell. Hey, that's okay. If you choose hell, you want to know what it's all about. You got down here, you've been tricked. The thing of it is, can you wake up? Whether you wake up or not is determined by whether you want to wake up. Because the Spirit is speaking through everything. If you want to wake up, you can. Spirit wouldn't leave you out here wanting to wake up and nothing to wake you up. No, you will wake up, but it's because you want to. If you sleep in darkness, I was telling my wife that I got a little puppy, you know, and I saw this little puppy today asleep. And when he was asleep, he had his feet up and resting his head up like somebody sleeping on a pillow. And I looked back at him, he opened up eyes and looked at me, and I said, wait a minute, this looked like a person inside of that dog. Inside of that dog. So if you guys, people got dogs, you better treat your dogs nice. They might just be your cousins getting treated by you. And I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, believe me if you want, the things that you can put up with are the things that are going to go happen to you. Some of you might be looking and avoid it by growing up. If you don't, you're going to go through everything. Because it's just a vicious cycle. Nothing is new. Nothing is new. So, I'm going to leave that with you. That was just a thought. Thank you so very much for giving me this your time. Once again, this is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for all people. And what does that mean? That means generally that each of you, every last one of you, men, women, Americans, and every other, that your dreams can come true. Not because I said so, because the Master played it that way. Put all the resources there, instill what is missing in you, so that together it can manifest itself in you because you did it, benefit from it, not be sold out by a Ponzi scheme called government. And that'll get you killed. And where the one who gets killed for denying heaven's power, they go to, where they go? To heaven. Bye-bye.